Adventures of Sonic Episode 37, The Magic Castle. Someone presents to Sonic the first Sonic the Hedgehog 12 Mobian bill. What kind of currency would use $12 bills? Robotnik watches this on the television and says he'll make it so every Mobius bill will have his face on it. How? Dollar bills are physical objects. He'd need to get his hand on the money as it's being printed and find out where that is. And even then, the money still in circulation wouldn't have his face on it. I'm pretty sure people would just refuse to use the new money anyways, thus making it worthless. I feel really sorry for Coconuts by this point. His lame voice works perfectly for this sympathetic role, as he mutters about having to scrub toilets. What were they on when they decided to put him in this role? What was wrong with just having him be a part of Scratch and Grounder's team? Then Weasley the salesman shows up when Robotnik kicked him out, blaming him for the failures of his robots last time. He insists melodramatically they ruined his life, remembering him being frozen in an ice cube. Did he seriously think that was Weasley and not Sonic? Coconuts is happy about Weasley talking about magic potions to stop Sonic and wants to get a hold of them. I hate the voice of this salesman, but I'm glad he's back aside from that. But still, why did he try to sell stuff to Robotnik again? He mentions a magic toilet cleaning potion, and then Coconut says he wants to use a spell to stop Sonic. He's given a stereotypical wizard costume and a scepter, hoping to be taken off sanitation control. If Weasley has access to these magical things, I wish it was just explained that he's a wizard and he's from the wizard world. But they're not going to say that, so what, did he rob a wizard? Coconut is asked to pay for something, and Weasley is generous enough to say they'll think of something else. Coconut, thanks to Weasley, gives Robotnik a bill for 6 cases of quote-unquote toilet paper. Surprisingly, Robotnik doesn't abuse Coconuts and signs the bill. Why would Robotnik ever sign a bill instead of just sending a giant robot to torture someone or threaten them? The bill was predictably about agreeing to pay for anything Coconuts wants. It makes sense that Robotnik would be too lazy to read the contract. Sonic wants to find a $12 chili dog that's the biggest chili dog money can buy at the same time. Is that a realistic price for that kind of thing? I wouldn't think so, but I never bought one. Grounder plans to have Sonic run over wet cement on the way to chili dogs. Then suddenly Coconut shows up in front of the cement and wastes time instead of instantly magicking him. Because of this, Sonic notices the wrecking ball and steals control of the machine to break through a fence, much more creative than Sonic 1, I guess. And Sonic says the superintendent was even faster with his permission. We didn't see him agree to that. What an asshole to pretend Sonic isn't stealing with his materials out of nowhere. Coconuts makes the wrecking ball vehicle disappear, and Sonic gets his hands on the chili dogs, which aren't poisoned for some reason. Coconuts blames the robots for his failure when he should have said that disappearing spelled Sonic much faster, instead of trying to be dramatic about it. And then he's given a spell box to scare Sonic. Well, Sonic has been shown to have fear. He stirs a cauldron of green liquid, putting stuff in it, and summoning a ghost with a goofy-sounding lame voice. He tells it to go get Sonic, and surprisingly it complies instead of attacking the first thing it sees. But then out of nowhere, the ghost wants Sonic's autograph, respecting him. That's weird. What an asshole. Again. Things are way too convenient for Sonic, and they say Sally's the Mary Sue. I'm not bitter, just baffled at it. Sonic makes the ghost scare the robots, and Weasley puts his hand on Coconut's shoulder briefly, giving him a turn to stone spell. Why is Coconuts glaring at him? Well, he starts acting annoying and makes the giant bone glow, so Coconuts takes it. I'll be annoyed if Coconuts gets really mad at Weasley for his own misfortune. The gadgets aren't screwing up. And what does Weasley think he has to gain by trying to plan against Sonic? If Robotnik rules the world, that'll be worse for everybody. Coconut stands there doing nothing again, so Sonic has the chance to create a magician stage and insult him for not remembering his line. He throws Coconuts off the bridge, and Coconuts finishes the spell. Impressively, the spell is actually allowed to work, and Sonic and Tails are petrified. Coconuts excitedly tells Robotnik what happened, as I worry about him getting in trouble for going behind his back to do this. Instead, Robotnik calls him brilliantly fiendish. I wish he'd give him a hug. That'd be uncharacteristic, but he's already so out of character in the show anyways. Coconuts is arbitrarily made to say the spell that turns Sonic and Tails back to normal because bullshit lazy Deus Ex Machina. Sonic gets rid of the phone. You know it's a huge problem when the audience is rooting for the villains! I wanted him to punch him there! I didn't want Sonic and Tails to be freed, even though they're heroes and Robotnik is evil. That's how lopsided this writing is. That was such bullshit. Coconuts just wants a promotion. I don't think he even understands that Sonic isn't evil. Because why would he? Why the hell would Robotnik ever tell Coconuts to say the spell to bring them back to normal? That's not a satisfying victory for the heroes. Coconuts just said he wouldn't hang up the phone, and he did so by habit anyways. That's so lazy. I wasn't constantly insulting the pre-Flynn comic for lazy writing, but this show has this as its trademark. Coconuts is given a bad luck causer and told to put something into the microwave power unit and point and shoot. Oh, so he'll miss Sonic when he hit the bird just fine, I guess. For some reason, Robotnik programmed his Robotnik dollar bills to react negatively to being kissed. Just like the Ronald Reagan dollar bill in Futurama. That's pointless. Sonic shows up at the dollar bill printing press, Robotnik pulls a lever, and that causes stuff from the ceiling to start shooting green goop at Sonic. By the way, where's all the factory workers in this factory? They could at least be shown tied up. He pulls the lever, and Tails warns Sonic about something from behind, but he's not allowed to be useful in even this minor way, as Sonic gets grabbed, only to instantly spin dash out of the hand. How? Coconuts gives away his position, but fortunately for him, he managed to hit Tails with the bad luck ray anyways. I thought that he hit Sonic with it too, but that would have been good writing. So something falls out of the ceiling and hits Tails, and he gets flung all the way onto a conveyor belt, sending him towards something dangerous, letting the bad guys get away. I mean, if you're gonna have slapstick all the time, it would make sense to have it happen to the heroes too, if that's the whole entire point of the show. Though at least with robots, it makes sense as they can be rebuilt, but they could say that the heroes have rings. I've never been on a conveyor belt, but I can't understand why characters in this situation don't just roll off it. Sonic has to save Tails, tells him to stay here where it's safe, and Robotnik says he has enough cash to torment Mobius for centuries. He tells Robotnik to get the doors open because there's still one forklift coming, which Sonic is driving. He removes the money and gets the bad guys on it, sending them to a conveyor belt where they get attacked and sent through the window. Now, I don't want these guys to win and actually have their faces on the money, of course, but I do want Coconuts to be respected and recognized by Robotnik instead of him putting the worthless Scratch and Grounder in the position he should be in. But that'll never happen because the writers are mean-spirited and fuck continuity. So instead, Weasley reveals to Robotnik what Coconuts was doing for no reason when he intentionally had Coconuts trick Robotnik, or I guess that was just Coconuts' idea to lie to him. But either way, did we have to have Coconuts get found out? The Sonic Says message is about saving money properly. So apparently Weasley stole stuff from a wizard or is one himself, since he sells Coconuts some magic stuff, but the heroes end up getting out of the stone statue predicament way too easily for comfort. Even though we could have had this be an opportunity for other Freedom Fighter characters like Yacker and the Bears to go save them. And while Tails is given bad luck, barely anything comes of it. It should have been Sonic who was given bad luck. I assumed that Coconuts would have hit Sonic with a bad luck ray since he actually matters, but of course not. Can't let the show's resident Mary Sue suffer too much, even though that would have been more interesting. I used to hate Coconuts at first, but I really feel sorry for him now, and that's a problem. You shouldn't have your audience feeling sorry for the villain. This is a guy who wants to kidnap Sonic to make Robotnik proud, but he just keeps getting in trouble and got demoted to menial tasks, which is one of the rare instances of continuity in the show that I absolutely hate because he's more competent than Scratch and Grounder are. Why are they getting more respect? That's so backwards. They didn't need to have Robotnik find out Coconuts lied to him when he never found out when Scratch tried to kill his son and when he lied to him about Grounder making Sonic and Tails escape. Why are they Karma Houdinis when they're the ones screwing everything up? That's not funny, that's infuriating. I liked the episode and its premise, but the ending of that bullshit unpetrification thing was such lazy, mean-spirited writing.